Imagine this, if you will. A watch that you have in your collection right now that reminds you of something from your childhood, or favorite TV show from back in the day, or even like a drink. Now, for those that have been following watches and you are from a particular time where G.I. Joe was the thing, or maybe Hanna-Barbera or the Smurfs, Fraggle Rock, maybe The Mask. Imagine having a watch that had the same type of theme, the same type of schematics, if you will. So peep this out. As a kid, I had play sets. I had the G.I. Joes, I had Transformers, He-Man, and things of that nature. And while that was happening, you had men that were collecting particular watches, right? So you have one watch that is considered to be one of the greatest watches ever made. Rolex GMT. It's called the Batman. If you see the colors, you already know what it is. And there are people that have collected this watch and they love it. Won't trade it for nothing, won't sell it for anything, but it's a very valuable timepiece. And because this GMT was coined the Batman, that just shows imagination. That just shows that people do have fun, man. Like everybody that collects watches, when you think about horology, everybody's not stiff and stuffy, man, because they ran with it. So you had watches like the Starbucks, you had the Sprite, the Smurf, and then there were other companies that were doing the same thing with their watches. Or you were at least saying, hey, well, you know, I don't have a Rolex, but I do have a Timex, and it has the same colorway. Or a Seiko, same colorway. This is coming out, by the way. Stay tuned to the end of the video. But I have a couple of watches here that reminds me of some of my favorite characters, and I was already calling one of my favorite G.I. Joes of all time. Now, before we go any further, let's figure out, how did we get here to this point? Because YouTube has a series of watch reviewers. You have a series of unboxings. There's a number of things on YouTube when it comes to our watches and our watch addiction. But this idea was actually thought up from one half of the House of X.
Yo, it's your boy Leo, aka A-Train, holding down the gaming stations. You already know what we do. Hey, shout out to Team Leo. We won 3 years in a row, baby. Let's get it.
He gives me a call, right? He says, yo, Trap, you ever thought about reviewing your favorite watch, but in a way that depicts it as one of your favorite characters? I was like, huh. I said, you know, my man Tony Woe said something like this about a year ago. Something similar, but not so much to the character. So I started thinking, and you got to keep in mind that, for those that don't know, Leo is actually in the process of making a comic book, and guess what? I have become an actual comic book character. Super dope, right? That's crazy. But when it comes to the watches, though, he said, you know what, bro? You should do a review that reflects the watch that you like the most and put a theme to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, which one of your watches reminds you of like your favorite character? And I'm like, oh, bro, that's easy. I said, man, when he said it, there's one watch that I have in my collection right now that is one of my ultimate favorite watches of all times. And we're gonna go through some watches. So keep in mind, this is just episode 1. You can literally go in your watch box and you can literally look and see, you know what, this watch does remind me of something. And you can name it. Have some fun, man. Use your imagination. So this is the Reimagined series, right? So this is episode 1. We're starting with G.I. Joe.
We'll fight for freedom wherever wherever there's trouble, G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe.
But I want to bring your attention to this red. And this is something that I thought about when I got it. There's two versions of this watch. In this one, let's just say, if you were a Strato Viper,
weren't expecting a female Strato Viper, G.I. Joe?
it actually reminds me of the Cobra Raven, that Blackbird.
Cobra Raven, there's no haven from the Cobra Raven. 2 jet engines, a drop-down cockpit, a hidden bomb port. Now you know it's got twin rear guns and a one-man drone, and it's on the lookout for G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe.
Now this timepiece, it definitely has its own thing going on, but imagine, if you will, a Strato Viper going out on a mission, the captain, right, of the squadron. I can imagine him wearing something like this, but I'm telling you right now, that red reminds me of the canopy of the Blackbird. And you know that the Blackbird was actually modeled after the SR-71, which that plane went well over, like, 2,500 miles per hour. It was originally made as a reconnaissance plane, right? It had cameras and stuff on it, man. But when in Cobra's hands, they have the same design, and it actually has a secondary plane on the back of it. It has weaponry that keeps it from being attacked. You know what's crazy? You know, I'm gonna tell you how this works. The Bolt, what this watch is actually named after, is a bomber. And it was used as, it was used as a reconnaissance plane as well. So there's some similarities. And the way the weapon system is on the Cobra's Blackbird, nothing can sneak up on it. And when the Joe saw that thing coming, oh, it was trouble. It was trouble. Now, of course, I would say this reminds me of the actual plane versus the Strato Viper, because the Strato Viper really didn't have any type of character outside of just being some random guy, right? But this watch, if I had to say it reminded me of anything, any character, it will be that Blackbird, that Cobra Raven. Next up, we're talking about a character, man, and one of my favorite bad guys. He's not my ultimate favorite, but he is one of my favorite. He's in my top 5 bad guys of all time. The comic book version of this commander is more lethal than what we saw on the cartoons.
So, when did you first discover you wanted to rule the world?
I was 6 when I realized I could run society better than the morons who were in charge.
None other than my visitor. Yes, sir. I want you to look at the hood of this. Man, I know they're lugs, I understand that, but there's a similarity to the hood of a Cobra snake right here. And then if you see that blue, oh yeah, that is definitely Cobra Commander's color. Now, would it be nice, and I'm just gonna throw this out there, I understand that Hasbro has rights to this, but that would be super dope to have a customized watch. And I'm just saying this, if Phil wanted to make one of these and put a hint of red for that Cobra symbol. Oh, what, yeah, like that right there. Yeah, that would be super dope. Now, I don't know if it's possible to get a partnership with Hasbro, but I would love to see a micro brand actually put that into their actual DNA or some type of collaboration. But yes, this one right here, I think is a pretty dope watch. And I like this all together, man. Like, the penmanship of this watch is amazing, but I have to say the connection to a Cobra Commander, yes, I can imagine it. And I have imagined it. So this right here, yes, this is my Linden. Yes, this is called the Lake Spur. But for this episode, this is the Cobra Commander.
At last, the country is mine. Now, for my first act as president, excuse me.
So, some may call it the PRX carbon edition. But this has been from day one my snake eyes. This one right here is such a special piece to me. Heavily worn, heavily admired. I definitely like this watch. Now, I would even dare to say that if Snake Eyes was a watch wearer, this is something that he'll take into battle, man. Like, this watch is for that action. I'm telling you, it's for that action, man. That's all it's about.
Snake Eyes is with me.
Dude's nickname is Snake Eyes? And you had nothing to do with it.
Oh, and oh my gosh, it's stealthy. It's tried. It has a long power reserve. Historical value on it is crazy. And it's revered. I'm gonna tell you, this watch is revered. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't care what nobody tell me. At the end of the day, if you scour the YouTube channels, the pages, there are people that are irritated with this, and there will be more love for Snake Eyes than this watch. However, you can't beat the original. The PRX has been copied. It has been referred to as a watch that is destined to be killed by certain watches like the likes of Citizen and Nevada Grinchen and stuff like that. But those that came and opposed Snake Eyes found out real quick, man. He's no joke, and this watch is no joke. This one is my Snake Eyes, and as a treat, okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end this on this note. I do have a few watches that I'm gonna be showing you guys for the rest of this week that reminds me of something else, some type of character. And it could be from the world of Dragon Ball Z. It could be from Mask. It could be from Transformers. You know, who knows where. Now, I don't have a blooper reel for you, but I will leave you with this one thing. On my Snake Eyes, right? You know, the normal straps that come with it. I wanted to give a tribute to his longtime friend, now sworn enemy, Storm Shadow, right? So the intent was to put this and show you guys this watch head with the Storm Shadow straps. But guess what I found out? Buying those universal straps off of Amazon it pissed me off. It pissed me off. I'm talking about, I'm mad. I'm like super mad. It's not that hard to get, like, dude, like, it's not hard. PRX, the design hasn't changed. So these companies that are making these straps, and I know that wasn't supposed to be a part of the video, this is more of a rant because I literally, if you scale back and look at the time, that's how much time, this is actual time, this thing is running. That's how much time it took in between me actually showing you the last scene of that watch and right now. So I'm pissed. I mean, I wish I can ball these straps up and throw it at Amazon's head, bro. God, dog, man. Like, how hard is it to get the straps together? But anyway, that has been my Reimagined. In these watches, yes, those names aren't official on these watches, but those are the code names for it. So, all right, y'all. I'm gonna put my regular straps back on and see if Tissot will ever release like some official. This is what I get for buying aftermarket crap. This is what I get. Maybe I don't know. Maybe some of those companies. You know what? I paid $34 for these things too. Maybe I just go ahead and pay the $80. I saw something for $80, man. I'm sending these Jones back, man. Amazon, you failed me. Oh, nah, you know, Amazon's not your fault. It's that company. dimensions, man. Get it right, bro. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you guys. Hey, I did say stay to the end of the video. I'll be here. So we're gonna look at this tomorrow in the morning. And if you watch this after, then it was yesterday or maybe last week. And maybe we passed it, I'm not sure. But we're definitely gonna look at this Pepsi and Seiko collab. For those that missed that Jack Mason collaboration, you have an opportunity of getting this possibly. So yeah. All right, y'all. Have fun with your watches. It's for much fun as you possibly can, man. You spent the money, enjoy. So until the next lightning strike, y'all be blessed. Yo, Joe.